There's new hope for the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Project Reconciliation, a group of First Nations from BC, Alberta and Saskatchewan, plan to make a bid on the pipeline in the coming days or weeks. The group made its intentions public on Tuesday. In a statement, it said, "We've been assembling something that will work for all sides and will be ready as early as next week. When the government wants to talk, we'll be ready." The group plans to make a $6.9 billion offer on the pipeline for a majority or 51% stake in roughly half of the project. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau already hinted at a possible deal with First Nations when he approved the project last month.
Indigenous ownership in Trans Mountain Corporation could be 25%, 50%, or even 100%.
The pipeline was originally approved in 2016 by the Trudeau Liberals, but later rejected by the courts for lack of consultation with Indigenous groups. It was sold to the federal government last year after owners lost confidence in the project. John Geddes from Maclean says the Reconciliation Project bid could be good news for the Liberals.
Clearly, it gives advantages that no other bid would give. And the main advantage is if you're anticipating a long, hot summer of protests, you at least diffuse the First Nations-led protests to some degree.
But Geddes says despite the optimism around the possible bid, it's not a done deal. The environmental outrage and urban opposition around Vancouver and Burnaby is still there. And there may be non-Indigenous investors who want a piece of the action.
Unless the group's bid is financially sound and attractive, they're not going to be able to do it, right? Because there are going to be potential bidders who aren't led by First Nations investors who are going to want a fair shot of this. And the last thing the Liberals would want to be seen to be doing is sacrificing taxpayers' interests in order to gain a political advantage.
Finance Minister Bill Morneau's office told City News the government will be launching engagement sessions with interested parties in the coming weeks. In Ottawa, Nigel Newlove, City News.